Now to the risk. There's no business without risk. So although the risk involved in maize farm is also quite minimal, it's very difficult to have total crop failure, except in times of severe droughts. Yeah, it's very difficult to have total crop failure. But I will share with you some of the risks that you can have in a maize farm. First is weather-related risk. Like I said, when you have drought for a period of time, although you might not have total crop failure, but it will affect the yield, even though the crop might later recover. But for that period of time when there was no water, when there was no rain, it will definitely tell on the yield of your maize farm. Next is crop disease and pests. Now, we just talked about a major disease that affects maize farm, which is the fall armyworm disease and pest, which is the fall armyworm pest. So it is also a risk where you can have disease outbreak, and it's good to pay attention to the symptoms. It's good to pay attention to your farm. Always visit your farm at least once or twice in a week so that you can tell on time when your farm is being invaded by pests or diseases, and then you act promptly. You spray with insecticides and you control these pests and diseases. Next is market price fluctuation. The price of corn varies per time in the market based on demand and supply. But this can be mitigated by harvesting dried cob, not fresh. There are two ways to harvest. You can harvest fresh or you can harvest dried. So when you harvest dried, when the price is not favorable, you can store till when the market price is favorable for you, and then sell. Next is transportation and storage issues. Transportation issues in the sense that if the route to your farm is not motorable, it will be difficult to transport your produce from the farm to the market. And storage issues in the sense that even when you store your maize after harvesting, you have to store at the right condition and you have to store properly, in the sense that the maize seed should be dried enough. At least the moisture content in the maize should be reduced to at least 12%. So it should be about 10 to 12%, so as to prevent the maize from getting bad, the maize seeds from getting bad. Next is land deterioration. When you use a land for a period of time, you use it over and over and over again, the nutrients in the land tends to get depleted. And like I said earlier, maize is it's a nutrient-loving plant. So therefore, when there is low nutrients in the soil, you might not have optimum yield. So when you are checking for a land, when you are selecting a land, also ask for the land history. Ask what was cultivated on the land last. When last has the land been cultivated? Ask questions about the land so that you can know how fertile the soil should be. Because if the soil has been used, the land has been used over and over and over and over again, it might be difficult for you to get something tangible from such soil. And lastly is labor shortage. This is something that is very important that you need to take note of. When an operation is not done at the right time, it's going to affect your output. Let's say, for example, you are supposed to weed on the 3rd week, and then somehow you didn't have labor, you could not get labor, then you are now weeding at the 5th week after the weeds have grown a lot. It will definitely affect the crop, because the nutrient that is meant for the maize is also utilized by the weed. So labor shortage needs to be paid attention to. That's why I said you can get yearly workers that will be with you all year round. With this, you are certain that, okay, you have workers on ground to perform every operation at the right time.